If you're considering bankruptcy, it's important to be aware of all of the facts. I'll explain how it works, the advantages and disadvantages, and give you all the information you need so that you can work out if bankruptcy is the right option for you. If you're struggling to pay your debts and what you owe is more than what you own, you might want to consider declaring bankruptcy. During bankruptcy, which typically lasts for a year, most of your creditors can't hassle you about your debts or take legal action against you. Bankruptcy can give you a fresh start if you're struggling with debt, but it's a big step that can have serious effects on your life. So it's really important that you do your research, seek advice, and really be sure that it's right for you. It's also worth knowing that you'll need to pay £680 for fees if you do decide that you want to apply for bankruptcy. After you apply, there may be a delay before your money and property come under control of the official receiver. However, your bank accounts might be frozen immediately, so it's a good idea to take out enough money to cover your expenses for a few weeks. When filling out the form, you'll need to confirm some information like your identity and agreement to a credit check. If someone else fills out the form for you, it's still important for you to read and agree to these statements. Making false statements or hiding property on the form is a serious offence. Once you submit your application, an adjudicator will decide whether to approve your bankruptcy. They've got 28 days to make their decision, but they may contact you for more information, which could extend the process by another 14 days. If your application is rejected, you can request a review. If the decision is still not in your favour, you can appeal to the court. Once a bankruptcy order is made, your bank accounts will usually be frozen immediately and your money and property will be controlled by the official receiver. They'll get in touch with you within 2 weeks to arrange an interview, which is usually over the phone, to discuss your bankruptcy. You'll need to cooperate with the official receiver throughout the process. You may also need to open a new bank account for your earnings and benefits. After a year, as long as you've cooperated with the official receiver, you'll be discharged from your bankruptcy. Before deciding on bankruptcy, it's important to know what you'll have to pay. You need to know which debts are included in bankruptcy, how it could impact your home, belongings, and bills. You'll also need to provide information about how you've been handling your debts before even considering bankruptcy. If you're working and have some extra money, you might be required to pay towards your bankruptcy debts. However, you won't need to make payments if your only income is from benefits or if you don't have any leftover money after covering your living expenses. Certain debts can't be included in bankruptcy, like court fines, student loans, and child maintenance arrears. When you're bankrupt, you have to follow certain rules known as restrictions. These rules cover your job, money, and how you work with the official receiver who deals with your bankruptcy. You'll need to cooperate with the official receiver, which means giving them the information that they ask for. While you're bankrupt, there are things that you can't do, like getting credit over £500 without telling the lender you're bankrupt, or acting as a director of a company without permission from the court. Breaking these rules is a serious matter and could lead to fines or even prison time. If your financial situation changes during bankruptcy, like if your income goes up or down, you must inform the official receiver. They might adjust your payments accordingly. After bankruptcy, the official receiver will review how you manage your finances before bankruptcy. If you did things like paying some debts before others or giving away assets to avoid them being sold, then it could cause you problems. The benefits of bankruptcy are being protected from legal action and creditor demands. Court actions against you are likely to be stopped. Outstanding debt is generally written off after 12 months. You won't have to deal with your creditors, and after a set time, you'll be discharged from bankruptcy. Other things to take into account are how it'll affect your credit rating. Your score will be low for 6 years. If your income is high enough, you may have potential payment obligations for 3 years. You'll find it difficult getting credit, and there'll be limits on borrowing without notifying lenders. There is a possibility of losing your home if it's sold. There are lots of factors to take into consideration before you choose to go bankrupt. Take your time to assess if this is a decision you want to make. If you have any questions, then call us for more information on 01706 404 143.